time to celebrate yourself. What's up? What's up? How you feeling? How you feeling? Who's that? What up? What up? On Sunday, we got a brunch on Sunday. If y'all in New York, on Sunday, we got a brunch, a celebration brunch. I believe we have like a whole happy hour, so free drinks and all that good stuff. But we're celebrating entrepreneurs, career professionals. If you climbed up the corporate ladder, you know the vibes. You can get nominated. There's a lot of fun activities that we got going on, and we obviously got an after party afterwards. Let me. All right, there we go. Start getting some people on this thing. What's happening? What's happening? It's a cosmic solar return for somebody. It's a cosmic solar return for somebody. All right, Jazz, send this live out so we can get some people on here. Send this live out. Let me eat some pita chips. Share this live out with at least 5 people. Let's get it. Let's get it. Because we're not going to be on here for long. I can't be on here too long, but we want to spread some awareness. We want to put people on, let them know what we got going on. This Sunday, there's a big event. The most important event of the summer for the Mailbox Millionaires. For all of my lovers. For everybody who's golden. For everybody who's amazing. All right, so I sent some of that out. Everybody should be sending out the live. Send out the link. Send out the link because we want to talk about it. We want to talk about it. Send out the link. Everybody send out the link to at least 5 people. Just share it into your share list. Hey, Jazz, send a request to come up and build. Let's get it going. These pita chips, y'all. I don't know what they put in it. Look, but they seasoned up the pita bread, made a chip out of it. Hold on, it should go right there. It should go right there.
Hey.
Why you looking like baby Angela just now? That was crazy.
First of all, I just put her to sleep, girl. Well, before the meeting. I was like, that's why I see it take until like an hour later. I'm like, this girl will not go to sleep, but I do not play that. Like, I'm not playing with you. You going to bed right now.
You going to bed?
Right now. How you feeling, King?
I'm feeling blessed. Like literally, I was with one of my bros recapping the night. We was in Williamsburg, and we were walking around recording, right? And we had stopped these 2 people. We was just talking about, can you share some advice with other people based upon some things that you went through that you may have gone through and got through it, and now you can look back and give some advice to somebody who may be going through the same thing. They pretty much didn't do that, but they still gave out positive words. And then, I think an hour later from that moment, there was somebody who had jumped off one of the buildings out here in Long Island City. So I just want people to have gratitude and give thanks, just not just to God, but to life. Because there's things that you are going through that we may not know. There's things that somebody else is going through that we may not know. Everybody's going through something, but I want you to understand, you never know how far a smile goes. You never know how far a word of gratitude. Thank you. I appreciate you. Oh, you look amazing. Oh, I love your outfit. Like, you never know how far being kind goes. For somebody to jump off one of these buildings, like what could be going on through their mind? But also I want you to be present, because sometimes you think that you got it so hard.
Yeah.
You think that what's going on in your life, that whatever it may be, that nobody else is going through anything else, and that you're going through the toughest time. In the way that you treat yourself, I want you to give some grace. Everybody give grace in the chat.
Mm.
Because how often are we giving grace to what's in our faces, right? Like literally you have gone from a place where you've grown so much, but since you're not where you want to be, you don't see what you've accomplished. You don't see where you have overcame the baggage or the weight or the burden for things that have been holding you down. And I want to take this opportunity for us to start celebrating on ourselves in advance, like a pre-celebration for Sunday. Jazz, what we got going on Sunday? Can you let them know what do we have going on Sunday?
Definitely giving grace on Sunday. Let me not scream because the baby is okay, but definitely giving grace on Sunday. Listen, we have the biggest fourth annual Golden Carpet Award ceremony, really celebrating business owners, entrepreneurs, and anybody for that matter. Like exactly like how you said, life is so precious, and we really just need to take a step back and look at everything that we've been doing. Like it's in August, which is known as, Black Business Month, right? So we're already amplifying that, in addition to the fact that this event is done every August to propel you for fourth quarter. Like, I don't know if people even realize that we're celebrating you because of all that you've done, but now to push you and to really provide you with the energy to get through fourth quarter. Because if you live in an area that it get cold, it get dark early, it's depressing, and you may forget how much you are appreciated, how much you really are loved, how much people really do want to celebrate you on a daily basis, right? Whether they may not have the means to financially or time wise or energy wise, right? But this is the event where you can get a hold of that, grasp onto it, and take it with you throughout the duration of the fourth quarter. So yes, this Sunday, I'm very, very excited. 11 a.m. We testing out the early time for y'all because I know that's how Texas and Georgia give it up. They like to party early and then they be home early. So I'm gonna see how that works in New York because we be out all day in New York. So I need to see what works best for us. But we can only tell as long as y'all show up and tell us like, all right, it's too early or this works or what's going on. So just for it to be the fourth annual, I'm just grateful to celebrate everybody that's coming. And the nominees are phenomenal this year. Like I'm just looking at their work daily, right? The votes are in, the votes close tonight. Okay, 12 a.m. Done data. Like that's it. I hope you're not talking because you're on mute. It's the pita chips, huh?
My bad. Keep the votes open until Wednesday. Them pita chips got my mind on. So I'm like, what did they put in these chips right now? But this is what I want to do. Everybody send this out to at least 5 people. Because I want to talk heavy. Send this out to at least 5 people. I really want to talk heavy. We don't got a lot of people on right now. So let's send this out. Let's get people on because this is important. The reason why this is important, by the way, hold up. Did you get the push notification from Love Plus? Did you see
Yeah.
that pop up on your phone? All right, good.
Mm.
So
Tell
I
them how
want to talk heavy because your reality is based upon your relationships. And I want to really break this down for you because your cash flow is affected by the people that you have in your life. Your cash flow is affected by the type of relationships that you have around you. Your circumstances are based on the circle that you're standing in. So this is what I was referring to earlier on about the person who jumped off the roof. Like you may not know, like this is one of the top buildings or top areas in Queens, right? So in this particular case, why would you do that? Like what has to be on your mind? What's going on in your life that's allowing you to say, damn, I need to take my life today? What is so bad that we say, you know what, this beautiful gift of life we want to take for granted and just, throw it away? One of the reasons is because we're not being celebrated enough. We're not being loved, appreciated, heard, felt, and seen to the point where we can love on each other and feel happy in our own skin. We're so used to, and ladies, don't beat me up because I know y'all gonna come for me. It doesn't matter if y'all do, but I'm just saying, I love you. I'm giving y'all some love, but it's a little bit of love. It's gonna add some soft love. It's gonna be a little tough love. But we are so far removed from who we truly are that we search for external validation, not realizing the external only shows up the way it does because of the internal. Hold up. Don't let me stand up and start getting off now because I'm about to go crazy up in here. Did you hear what I said? We are so consumed in searching for external validation, not realizing the external only shows up due to the internal. So in other words, instead of looking outward, we need to look inward. Somebody drop inward in the chat. Not the N-word, inward. Yeah, y'all know y'all be playing. So, all right, be specific so you can be prolific, right? Y'all don't want me to stand up. I'm going to get crazy in here if I start standing up. But what I want to say is this. Stop beating yourself up. In fact, let's not even use the word stop. I'm just saying that just to give y'all the basis, right? Celebrate yourself. If you said that you were going to get your credit score 100 points so you can get that new house, that new apartment, or you can get that funding, whatever it is, you said you was going to do, snap it up, clap it up for yourself. The reason why is because how many times have you ever heard yourself lie to yourself? Like some of us are so crazy, they be like, I hate liars. You might be talking about you. How many times have you lied to yourself? I think, in fact, you're the biggest liar in your life. You have lied to yourself so many times that you probably can't even count. But yet you pointing the finger at somebody else. That's why every time you point the finger, you got three pointing right back at you. Because you need to look at yourself. I need to look at myself, right? And see that the more I get to know me, the more I get to know myself, the more I get to know everyone else. So I'm not looking for external validation. If I'm making sense to y'all, drop the m's in the chat. Drop the m's in the chat because maybe I'm going across over somebody's head. Maybe I'm literally just sounding inconsiderate. Maybe I'm not sounding like I have love. Maybe I'm just really having you look at yourself in a self-reflecting way. Whether you believe it or not, this is not a coincidence. This is confirmation why you're hearing this message. This world is based on frequency. So we are catching these frequencies, right? So whatever you tune into, you turn into. This is why I ask everybody, drop this in the chat. This is why I ask everybody, have you ever heard heartbreak music before? Some sad breakups in a song. And a person goes, yes. And I say, have you ever experienced a heartbreak relationship, a relationship that has ended in heartbreak, hurt? And the person says yes. And I say, which came first? The person say the relationship. I say, yeah, let's examine that. Have you ever been riding in a car or been in the house with your parents or somebody in your family or whoever is playing a song while you're young and it's about heartbreak? You may not totally know what the song is about, but you feel it. Which came first? And if you really examine, you actually thought about this and internalized it first, and then it showed up in your relationship. Because we are creating these loops, these habits. Like, let me know in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat if you have been a person that has been experiencing the similar situations, right? Because life is cyclical. The sun goes up, the sun goes down. It's day, it's night. You have life, you have death. It's all a cycle. But I want to know from you, put a 1 in the chat. My guy Lapeef, what's up? Yeah, we got to talk to Lapeef, Jazz. We got to talk to Lapeef. You probably got to get on one of his shows. He was so gracious, allowed me on his show a couple times, and it was amazing. I probably got to do that. But what I'm saying is this. If you look at it, right, from just a natural standpoint, and every time I'm speaking with principles, so you could always, validate this or invalidate it. You could always do your own research. You don't have to listen to me, but I'm just speaking from principles. The way we do one thing is almost how we do everything. So we create these loops, right? And because we want to be safe. And when we want to be safe, what happens is we do what we are used to, what we are known to do. We run away from change. And what happens inside of the brain, as I've mentioned this, I really love to talk about this because it's important, but synaptic plasticity, right? And this right here is it's a scientific word, but it's really more simplistic than it sounds. And all it's saying is we create patterns. We create loops inside of our mind, which is also known as stories. So how many of us have a story about somebody that we're dating, family member? How many of you have a story about who you are? Nah, that's not who I am. Oh no, I'm not like that. I can't do that. Right? So what I want you to focus on is which stories have you been holding on to? Which stories have not been serving you? And I want you to get rid of them because literally that's what's showing up in your life. So if you don't like what's happening in your life, that means that you're creating a story. So what is it? It's a bad imagination. Fear is what? A bad imagination. Anxiety is what? A bad imagination. Depression is what? Bad imagination. You could break it down. Depression is the fear and the danger, the caution of a past danger. So you're depressed about something that happened in the past. And anxiety is caution over a future imagined danger, but it's still imagined, right? The brain doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's imagined because it's all imagined. So imagine a world where we can celebrate you for just being you. Imagine a world where we could celebrate you for being the best of the best, the top of the top, the cream of the crop. Imagine we could celebrate you for doing the things that you said that you would. Jasmine, can you give us some of the categories and break down why these categories are important for some of the individuals that we're celebrating? Why eat some of these pita chips?
Yeah, how you gonna give the gems that go of you for the pita chips? Nah, but I love exactly what you were saying, and it's actually aligned because this morning, Sunday, when I went to church, my pastor was basically talking about how fear is almost like it's an energy that you're allowing as opposed to confidence, which you're actually choosing, right? So fear is a reaction to what you're maybe invited to, right? Or what you're nominated for, or what you're deciding to go to. But the confidence in how you show up, how you campaign yourself, how you speak about yourself, that is your actual being. That is what we want to manifest. That is what we want to live in abundance, right? So when it comes to the actual nominees and what we have this year for the Golden Carpet Award ceremony, right? We have Best Chef, we have Best Technician, we have Best in Funding, Best Content Creator, Best in Leadership, and Best in Beauty. So literally all of these categories, they switch every year. Some of them stick around depending on just the amount of people that partake in each category, but it's just all an enlightenment to really show grace, to show love, to show gratitude to people that, you know, put hard work into the food that they cook, right? Who don't like to eat, right? Like literally, that is Best Chef, right? We eat right now, right? Exactly. Drop eat in the chat if you like to eat, right? Whether that's Caribbean food, American food, uh, Asian food, like no matter the cuisine, we have that category
But
because
what if it's not
we,
food though?
huh?
Do we still count it?
What'd you say?
Nothing. I'm gonna keep eating.
Yeah, because what you But the real reason why Best Chef is in there is because when we think about the business that we're working on, when we think about the time blocking, the day that we go about, how many of us forget to eat? Right? Like literally, how many of us forget to eat? Right? Me too. Exactly. So having this nominee, having these beautiful business owners come up and just be celebrated, it really takes it to a point of view where, listen, we are thankful for the fact that you have this gift, that we are not conscious of how much we have to be conscious to eat, to provide us the energy. And eating is not just let me eat to get full, but it's an experience. It provides you with flavors. It brings emotions, right? I know when I'm having a good ass meal, I am a little bit sad when that thing over. Like I'm sitting there upset, like, dang, just be grateful you had it. Just be grateful you had it, right? And so that's why we have that category, right? When it comes to Best Technician, right? This is somebody that uses tools to make your life better. So whether that's your car tech, right? In a detailing shop, how many people love their cars? Drop car in chat if your car is important to you, right? Whether that is your lash tech, right? Your esthetician who does your extractions, making sure you're beautiful, sure your skin is lovely, right? Because in order for you to be great, you want to look great too, right? And that's really what it is when it comes to the technician. Because I know for me, I'm not going to school to learn about a whole bunch of different tools, but they did. You know what I'm saying? So let that gratitude for them to allow themselves to take on another skill of a tool, another function, which is elongation of their arm, an elongation of their craft, of their skill, of their soul, to now make your life better. We have to shout them out. We have to celebrate them, right? When it comes to best in funding, listen, we was talking about money early in the credit score. I know everybody want money. Somebody drop money in the chat. If somebody could give you 100K right now, you'd be like, all right, thank you. All right, thank you, right? I know people that fund millions of dollars to business owners, but these people that were nominated, not only do they fund people for their business or fund people for their investments, but they also make sure that you're on the right track to put the funding in the right place. Because if somebody were to get you the amount of money that you're looking for, but you have no idea what you're going to do with it, now you're more than likely in the same spot or worse off than you were before you got the funding. So to really shine light on these people, these business owners, these inspirations, right, that come from funding is a whole nother level, because funding is really a mindset. Like, yes, you see the amount of money that you get approved for, but it's a mindset. What are you going to do with it? How will you know what to do with it? How are you going to delegate? What are you going to circulate your money through so that it actually flows, right? We could get into more and money and motion, right? Well, I ain't gonna do that today. I ain't gonna join the accountability call at that point. Shout out to Love Plus. If you don't know, you now know. Make sure y'all follow me and Mindset Mogul, because you will be seeing him on Sunday. Follow everyone in this live and make sure y'all are there for Sunday. But yeah, best content creator, best in leadership, best in beauty, especially the content creator. I'm talking about somebody that is faithfully on it. I know y'all on content right now. But content does not come easy to everyone, right? It does take preparation. It takes the consistency, and it takes the overall effort to even want to do it, right? Because this is not for everybody. Being creative takes time, right? So just shouting those people out to know, like, hey, your success and your power is seen, right? When it comes to best in leadership, this is somebody that brings masses together to really transform a life, but a life inside their mindset, a life inside the way that they talk, a life inside the way that they show up for themselves, a life inside discipline, consistency, teaching people how to be initiative, right? The real AI and assertive, like really showing up for themselves in their life so that you're not on autopilot. Because it's very simple to be on autopilot. Somebody tells you to do something, you get it done, you go to work, you do this, now you're on the same routine for the entire week. You look up and now it's fourth quarter, and now you're upset because you're in the same spot that you was in first quarter, right? Well, that's why we have this event. No more being upset. Let's make the decision to do something so that you're no longer upset, or you're no longer repeating the same story that we just talked about, right? And when it comes to best in beauty, listen, this category, especially best in beauty, listen, best in beauty last year had over 962 plus comments under nominating people, right? And I know when it comes to beauty, like, how many people reach out to us and they like, how can I automate this business? Because your hairstylist, your makeup artist, all these people are allowing you to feel great so that you do great, but they are on their feet 10, 9, 12, 13, 15 hours a day, like just going at it, because not only is it a passion for them, but they know the overall effect of how you're going to feel after. And a lot of people pass that down, right? Because it's great to pass down physical assets and attributes, but it's also great to pass down quality emotions, quality character. And I feel like with Best in Beauty, that's really what we're seeing in a lot of these business owners, because it's not just about getting the book and getting a client, but it's about how you nurture them, right? Are you following up with them? Are you posting them? Are you reaching out to them? Are you going to their events? Are you networking? Are you able to connect with them on a deeper level? And that's the real beauty. And they see that. So why aren't we celebrating y'all? When I get it like that, it's gonna be every day, or at least every other month. Respectfully. Respectfully. So those are
Somebody drop celebrate in the chat. Drop celebrate in the chat. Before we can get to the celebration aspect, let's get to the history aspect. Because this is a touchy subject for most people. But most people are stuck because they're stuck. Like, okay, what do you mean by that? Well, when you go to school, right? Let's say start around third grade or so. when they teach history, where they started in the melanated community's history from?
Mm.
It's the same position that they're stuck in. They've been stuck in for so long. Where is melanated history started at? What is the first thing? And then you got these small budget films too, where they keep replaying these loops, right? Slavery. It's okay. Drop slavery in the chat. It's fine. Most of us think that we were actually captured and brought here. I just want to ask you, how can you believe that's true and you don't even know your own great grandfather, your own great grandmother? But did you stop to think that I know you can try to cancel me, it ain't gonna work. But most of you think that you're black. Whoa, wait a minute. Hold on. Most of you think that you're actually black, and you'll fight for that too. You're about to fight me for, yeah, I'm black. I'm black. Look up black. Look up black. And first of all, when you think about it this way, you got one that's black, you got one that's white, and then you got all these other things that's very in the middle. But why is there one that's black and one that's white? Let me show y'all why. Do you like living in the gray area? Put a 1 in the chat if you like living in the gray area. Put a 0 in the chat if you don't like living in the gray area. Put a 1 in the chat if you like living in the gray area. Put a 0 in the chat if you don't like living in the gray area. I want you to really think about that. I'm not looking to trick you, so don't get nervous. I don't want to put nothing in the chat because I don't want to be wrong. That's where you messed up at. That's where you went wrong at. Because it's not about right or wrong. It's about what's workable and non-workable. You holding on to this title card of being black, it's non-workable. Because you have failed to realize your true history. You're so distracted with history. Oh, wait a minute. Why are there so many ways to interchange these words? What? Why? Read and read. Like, why would that be something? Well, let me break some of these things down. When we talk about the black and white, right? Like, some of you don't want to live in the black and white. I mean, some of you don't want to live in the gray area. The gray area is life. That's life. So when you don't want to live in life as what is, you grab on to what was or what could be. And what passes you by is everything right in the possibility of your present. Now, what I mean by this in totality is you've been claiming something that isn't true, that you've forgotten about the history and principles of life, that when you speak, you cast spells. When you talk, you cast spells. When you write, you cast spells. Spells are also known as what? Commands. So you are commanding this type of energy. What did we say earlier? You're searching for everything externally. When external was just a mirror or just a projection of the internal. When you don't love yourself enough, the people around you are not going to love you either. And it's not that they don't actually love you, it's your perception of the people of the environment is what you perceive to be going on. But guess what? You're the one that's in control. And this is how I started to realize, and it's always like these little nuggets. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Your life will be beautiful if you see it that way. Your situations will be beautiful if you see it that way.
Yep.
If no one else speaks in front of you, you don't know what their life is like. You can only assume, right? You know how they always talk about the person that's the most happiest in the room, watch out for them because those are the people who might be hurting the most. There's a reason why they say these things, but I want you to be very clear on something. You've been asking for a reality that you don't want. You already know how I feel about this. You operating out of alignment causes what? Struggle. So if you feel like you've been struggling, let's be honest, If you struggle with your finances, I don't want to force you to say it, but you should be comfortable with saying me. So that way you can be honest about where you're at so you can get to where you want to be. But we're all somehow struggling with our finances. But most people don't want to talk about this. All of us. It doesn't matter if you have the money that you want to have. Do you like having to give your money away? If you live in New York City, you be giving your money away like this. If you got a car, you live in New York City, you give your money away like this. Like this. I know some of y'all ready to cancel me. I know. You can try, but it won't happen. What I'm saying to you is, it's only going to get bigger. What I'm saying to you is this. When you see other people and you emulate other people and you think that that's going to be your result and it doesn't and you get upset, why? When you were holding on to a false reality. You were holding on to delusion. Right? It's the disconnect from illusion. Illusion is something you actually want. You want to have illusion. But you become delusional because you are not utilizing your imagination to work for you. Instead, your imagination is working against you. Oh, I'm not good enough. Why? Why would you dare ever say that? Oh, I can't be great. Why? Why would you dare ever say that? Oh, I'm not going to find love. Why? Why would you ever say that? Say that to yourself. Why would these things be something that you command to your universe? So what I'm saying in this reality is you hold the key to your reality. You hold the key to your future. I was just talking about this with my bro. Like past, present, future. They have you believing that these are three separate things, right? But if that's your illusion, that's what you have created as a vision in front of you. If you believe that, then guess what? You will see that. But if you worked with principles, you will see that past, present, and future all happens in the same setting. It's the same time. When we started the call, that call is the past, but we're still on the call. We're still on this live, right? We're still in this moment. We're still here. So you do have a chance to change the past by changing the future, but also living in the possibilities of the present. And this could sound like, oh, he's just saying a bunch of stuff. I'm not. You could always validate what I'm saying based upon natural things because I'm only speaking with principles. So when you hold on to this black card, what you're essentially saying to yourself is, I want more struggle. When you hold on to the identity of being a slave, what you do to yourself is say that I'm not good enough. Okay, shout out, who put that in the chat? Everybody, real quick, go look up 1111. Go look up 1111 angel numbers.
That's my
Go look up 1111 angel numbers real fast. And in fact, Jazz, can you look it up while I'm talking, and then we can talk about it? And I want to see if this resonates with anybody. But let's look up the angel numbers 1111. So
Michael, that's the award winner from the golden bucket. Okay, took the whole golden bucket for his. That's give back, project give back.
Okay. Shout out to him. So shout out to him. He won the
Okay,
golden
all
bucket.
right, the king.
Okay.
Exactly.
So look, right now, right? We got this Mercury retrograde about to happen off, right? Is that happening tomorrow or today? Tomorrow. All right. So it's happening on 12. So right now we're seeing the angel numbers. Have you looked it up, Jazz? So the angel number 1111 is a unique message from a supernatural being in an angelic kingdom, right? So they're talking about God, they're talking about angels, they're talking about any other source. It could be your ancestors, right?
Yeah.
But I really want everybody to write down for you, what does this mean for you? Angel numbers 1111, because everybody's going to have a slight variation to how it affects you, but I want y'all to be present with this. All right, I want y'all to be present with this. This is all about spiritual awakening for us right now. When is enough enough? When are you going to realize that everybody has a culture, has a place to be from, and you got a color? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Do I need to take y'all to the church for entrepreneurs? Do I need to take y'all to the mosque for the moguls, the temple for the triumphant, the kingdom hall for the kings and queens? I don't want to do it. It's too late. It's too late. Neighbors going to come knocking. I know they will. They always do, sir. So I want y'all to understand something real fast. You have quote unquote Europeans. Where they come from? Europe. You got quote unquote Africans, where they come from, Africa. All of these names, just so you know, these are names that's not solidified in history. These are made up terms so you can understand geography. It doesn't mean that these terms actually exist and they've been there for thousands of years. Just so you know, names change. Okay, names change. So just because you know it as Africa doesn't mean that it was always Africa. Just so you know. So you can, it's possible that you can be confused when they start sharing information. Confused. Fuse, to put together. Con with. Okay, what are they putting together? You are confused based upon information that they have put together, based upon information that you have put together, things that you heard and things that you are that you have already experienced. You've put them together and came up with your own conclusion, and now you become confused. I want y'all to understand something. When you are consuming an identity of being black, you are saying that your struggle is endless. Wait a minute, I'm making this up, right? Go back 300 years from where they started teaching, 300 years from now, from here, all the way to back then where they started teaching you all of this negative stuff about your color, about who you are. And guess what? You have been assigned a color. Everybody else have regions that they come from. They come from a region. Where you from? Oh, I'm from China. Oh, I'm from Japan. But you are a color. Wait a minute. Are you not seeing something wrong here? Let me know real quick. Or am I just a crazy person? Because if I'm just a crazy person, let it be. Just like, go ahead. Yeah, I don't know what he be talking about. I don't know if he kind of makes sense, but I ain't rocking with it. I want you to understand this. When you're holding on to an identity, you become the identity. Yeah. Right? How many of you say, oh, we've been slaves for 3,000 years? Oh, we've been doing this for X amount of years. Oh, we've been doing that for that. Like, you put yourself into the identity of what that is, and now your mind doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's imagined because it's all imagined. So when they give you the history lesson, you were not there. You didn't watch these people. When they talk about the Civil War, do you really know what the Civil War was? The Civil War was your actual people. This is why you don't have a region, because this is the region you were born in. You were born in this region. Your family's from this region. Not everybody. There's other people who came from other places, but most of you are born in this region. When you call yourself minority, I want you to really think about that. How could you be the minority when the majority of melanated communities have buildings where all the tenants are stacked on top of each other and they all have large families? Wait a minute, that should be enough to knock this out the park. How could you be the minority when the majority of melanated communities are consistent and comprised of buildings where the tenants have families all stacked on top of each other? Right. If you go to the hood and you go to projects, it's 1,000 of those people in that projects. If you go to the suburbs, it's not 1,000 people inside that same building. Okay, it's not 1,000 people inside the cul-de-sac. It's not. It's just not. So the wool has been pulled over your eyes to make you think you're a minority. Why? Why would this be the case? Because when you speak, you spell. When you write, you spell. Other words, you command it to happen. So if I tell you that you're black, when black, if you look up the definition of black, it's darkness. Yep. It's sleep. God gave you darkness for sleep. This is why people say I am woke. Maybe I'm going too far. Am I losing y'all? Let me know if I'm losing y'all.
You got me. So
let me know if I'm losing y'all. I got you, Jazz. That's one vote, but I don't know. I see some people dropped off the call. So I want you to understand that you are being programmed to carry out a mission. If you are going to live in a house, right? I would say everybody lives in a house or apartment, right? Why aren't you taught about a house, about living in houses, or about how to go out and put yourself in position to get an apartment in school? Why don't they do that? Why do they blindside you that when you get out of school, they go, well, now you got to have somewhere to live. Well, now you got to scramble around. And you got 30 days to get the financial and all this stuff together. And you're not even thinking because you are asleep. You are what? Confused. You are distracted. So what ends up happening is you make poor choices.
Mm-hmm.
How many of us make great choices under distress? You make poor choices under distress. Like, let's be real here. Not everybody, but you know what I'm saying. Most of us make poor choices under distress. So what happens is you keep this state of distress and you end up in this state of dis-ease. Think about it. If you're not stressed, everything is easy, right? It's easy. It's ease. But if you are distressed or de-stressed or you're stressed out, what happens is you develop dis-ease, discomfort. And most of us, that's why they say you're a strong black woman. These type of languages was put onto you. You don't even know where you got that language from. The reason why they called you a strong black woman is so that way you can continue doing it. So you could think that going through it and doing the hard stuff and being this type of person is okay because you're a strong black this person. Think about how they just played you in three words: strong black woman. Think about how they just did that.
Yeah.
So a woman is not naturally strong? Oh, wait a minute. So now when you put the context together, it's saying that out of all of the people that you may know, you are strong black. So now everybody strives to be this person that's in distress, that it's okay. I don't need a baby daddy. I don't need a father. I don't need a husband. I don't need this. I can do this by myself. And now you're being incentivized to break up your household. And that's a whole nother conversation. But the reason why we're talking about this right now is because before we can celebrate you, you have to be liberated. Somebody put liberation in the chat. Because how many times do people acknowledge you, give you a compliment, but you go, nah, thank you, or whatever. You don't really accept the compliment because you're not truly liberated to be able to receive the blessing. So I know it's not going to happen overnight, but you should do your own research and stop calling yourself black. You should think about what colorism is doing to you. Because white, if you look up white, when you compare the two, white will always be up here. But you have been so far removed from who you are as a person that you don't even know what your own person is, right? You're not even in your own sovereignty. So the white man or white woman has taken on your identity, has taken on the white privilege of you. How? By how? How are they doing it? By you willingly giving it up. Nobody's forcing you to do anything. Nobody forced you to go to job, but inside of you, you feel, damn, I got to get to work. Now, okay, I'm gonna round this off because I'm gonna let Jasmine go. We're gonna get ready to close out. We're gonna drop the links for everybody to join us on Sunday. But I want you to be liberated. I don't want you to come there and be the person that's like this in the back, sitting at the table with your little golf claps. Because if that was you standing on stage, you probably would want somebody to stand up, snap it up, and clap it up for you. But you over here with your golf claps and nobody can hear, thinking you doing something. Liberate yourself from feeling like you have to be hard on yourself. Liberate yourself from feeling like you have to be attached to these identities. Liberate yourself from feeling like you have to be consumed and doing things based upon somebody else's merit or somebody else's vision of you. Okay? You are more than enough. The thing is, you're not going to see your own dreams by yourself. It's not going to come true. And the reason why we did this, I can't say we did, like I created the world. Reason why God did this is because this is forcing us to work together. Otherwise, you will just be by yourself. So all of you who feel like you are alone based upon your choices. When you come to this golden carpet, you will no longer be alone. When you come to this golden carpet, you would no longer have the spiritual burden of colorism placed on you. When you come to this golden carpet, you would no longer feel like you don't have a tribe. When you come to this golden carpet, you would no longer feel like you're not worthy. You will be celebrated. You will be appreciated. You will be elevated. So I want to turn it over to Jazz, but I want y'all to take away this. This is the call to action. I want you to look up the name of the native people in America. It ain't really called America, just so y'all know. It's just something it's a whole other thing. But what I'm saying is this: I want you to look it up. I want you to look it up because when you look this up for yourself, you will start to discover that some of these things that you've been taught doesn't make sense. If you're going to be a homeowner, first of all, most people who are homeowners not really homeowners anyway. You're just a home buyer, right? I want you to be aware of where you're at in this society because you don't have to stay here, but you can use this society to your advantage. This society is incentivizing and rewarding business owners. Why would that be the case? Because America is a business and they need more employees. So no disrespect, if you're a business owner, you still are an employee of America if you work in America. I'm an employee of America, but at least I know that. At least I know that and I capitalize on that, so that's what gives me my freedom. If you don't know that and you think that you naturally have freedom living in America with a birth certificate, which is also pledging your rights, your parents are giving over their rights to giving their kids. Let me say it this way: when you were born, your parents gave over your rights to America. You get what I'm saying? So you have to understand where you're at to get to where you want to be. But most people keep finding themselves in a circle because you don't know where you're at. America is here to actually show you something within you. But if we don't work together, it doesn't work for you. But all right, cool. Um, yeah, I get it. I get it, Queen. You don't like living here. But that's not where I'm going with it. I'm saying have gratitude and have knowledge about where you're at because that is what allows you to get to where you want to be because there's all sorts of gifts and everything for you when you act in the present. That's a bar. Go ahead, Jazz. Take us home. We got about 5 more minutes. Round this out. Give us like a good closing. And then, let's drop the links for them to be able to join us on Sunday.
That's a fact. I'm gonna give y'all the closing like how everybody's talking about the anchor on the Olympics. You heard it? I ain't even watch it because I took the TV out of my room. But that's neither here nor there. I'm grateful to be in the position to celebrate others. Exactly what we were speaking about, knowing where you're from and what you need to liberate yourself from. Like it's all work that we need to be doing every single day. But what does that look like when you're not in the proper environment? When you're not supported and loved by those that really want to actually see you win, because not everybody wants to see you win, respectfully, right? If I could be honest, somebody say, be honest in the chat, because we do all these efforts, we have our time block and we have our goals, but what does it look like if we're not able to be fueled by the right people, by the right mentorship, by the right environment, right? And so that's really why we have this event. That's why we are so excited to present these awards, to just commend people for even listening to the process, right? We say comment here, we say tag people here, and shout out to everybody also that tagged people to nominate people, right? Because you took the time out your day to nominate someone else based off of what they've given you, their hospitality, their love, their encouragement, right? And how they've shown up to you in your life specifically. And that's why you took the time out your day to now tag them, to incorporate them into the actual awards. So I just want to shout out everybody involved in this process time and time again. Listen, it's 4th annual and we go into 150th annual. I'm gonna be looking down at my grandkids, talking about, listen, my great granny done started this, right? And that's the legacy that I'm living and leaving. So I really pray that everybody is also living as well as leaving a legacy, and that starts by being in rooms like this, that starts like being on lives like this, that starts by doing your daily affirmations to yourself and really liberating yourself from whatever the society and people have conformed you to be, because you are not just what somebody else tells you. We are literally beings. We're souls, right? You're not just a human, right? So I want us to act and move accordingly with that in the front of our mind, not in the back of our mind, in the front of our mind. Make that third eye regular, right? And so that's exactly what you're going to see, that third eye through every single person in the room on Sunday, August 18th at 11 a.m. in Long Island City. We got a lot of great food. We got special food for people that's vegan because y'all know I love y'all. But for everybody else, we don't do that because I asked you what you wanted. You still ain't text me. So you about to get some rice. But I digress. Yes, we have a lot of great food. I'm talking about we got mac and cheese, we got lobster tails, we got lamb chops, we got rice, we got all that
Yo,
stuff.
look,
We got
I'm gonna be honest. You look, y'all be disrespecting me. Look, you gonna sit up here and say you got lobster tails, you got mac and cheese, you got, and I get rice.
that is not what I said. If anybody heard what I said, drop in the chat. I said I asked him what's the specific plate he want, but he did not text me yet. So that's why he gets rice. I'm willing to give him a whole meal catered to him, but he ain't even text me. And it's two of y'all too,
Look,
because Samoa in here.
let me tell you. Let me tell you. I want those oyster mushrooms
I knew he was gonna say
that
that. Samoa, we talking
vegan
about
V
this.
made. Tell Tomo to get on that. I want some vegan. Look, I want my vegan dish. I want my vegan dish to make y'all feel envy. Right? I don't want y'all to look at my vegan dish and start laughing. Look at Moya. Moya, please get off the live because you are the one that is supposed to be in control of the food when we do local meetup, and you got me over here eating potato chips, man. Look, man, come on, man.
Asking if you know what I'm saying? Okay, respectfully.
All right,
But like
all right,
like
all right.
Ellen and Dreamline said, I still ain't hear back from you. Right. Period.
I
But like
got you.
I was okay. With advance notice, because we got a lot going on. But yes, that's neither here nor there. We got amazing food. It's gonna be open bars, so definitely get a few drinks, loosen up yourself and allow you to really just feel an experience rather than just telling yourself, I'm going to an event, I have to be here, I have to speak to these people. Yes, you want to prep, but also you want to feel the experience. So that's what we are going to provide you with: the celebratory celebration, the love, the overflow, and what you need, what you do, how you do it. And that's all going to happen Sunday, August 18th. And if y'all haven't followed us already, make sure y'all follow both of us on the live, everybody on this live, because it's really how we say it takes a village. Listen, it takes a village, it takes an environment, it takes someone, a being to make a movement, and that's what you see here. So fourth annual, going on fifth, sixth, 750,000 annual, and you're a part of it. So know that each one of you are a golden impact. So I'm excited to see everyone Sunday, August 18th. We got people flying in too. So if you're not in New York, that's not an excuse, boo. I also got a travel agent in the chat, so don't play with that. Okay?
Right. So if y'all need help with that, y'all want the special rates. We got a travel agent that's going to be able to help you out. Moya, let's get on that. So this is what I want everybody to do. You could follow myself, Mindset Mogul, follow the Golden Impact if you haven't done so already, and drop the word golden. Well, let's do both words, right? Golden carpet in our DMs, okay? And we're gonna get you that information. So I really want. Are you gonna post this up, or am I supposed to post this
I
up? I don't know.
think you started it, so just collab me on it, so that way it pops up on my page too.
All right. Or we just make a fresh video, right? We make a fresh video or something and drop it there. But this is what I want y'all to do. DM me or DM Jasmine golden carpet. And when you do that, we're going to send you the link. I want everybody to realize this. Please come there with your energy high because we're going to have a fun-filled day. And on top of it, everybody's going to get celebrated. But this is a great time to make connections and really put yourself in a position of power. And I just want to say you are loved, you are appreciated, you are heard, you are complete. Go out there and be amazing. Jasmine, shout out to you. I always love loving on you because I've seen your growth, obviously from day one, but just keep going. Like everything you've been doing, I want you to keep doing it. This is going to be the biggest mogul meetup. I know Atlanta's been dominating with the amount of mogul meetups and the turnouts and all that has been great, but we're going to get you somebody that's on the side with you in New York too, because you've been doing this, pretty much on the Dolly side. And we really want to be able to pour into you as well. So thank you. Once again, y'all, we want you to have a good night. Enjoy yourselves. It's 11:32. Sleep is something that's so beautiful. So please make sure y'all get some sleep tonight. All right. That's us. We're signing off. I'll see y'all soon. Did we miss anything? Let us know, Jazz, if we missed anything.
No, peace. We'll see y'all there. DM us golden carpet, and high energy equals high income. So we'll see y'all there.
Hold on. Tomorrow, 10:30 again, we're back on live. All right. Join us. We're going to have some guests who are nominated on with us too throughout the week. So let's continue to go, y'all. See y'all soon. If you haven't followed me, follow me now. If you haven't followed Jazz, follow her as well. Let's continue to build this community full of love, connectivity, and financial prosperity. We're out of here, y'all. See y'all soon. Peace. Peace.